Hi everyone, myself Dr. P. Soumya, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering College. In this session, I am going to discuss about non-renewable energy resources. In this session, I am going to cover the topics non-renewable energy sources, coal, natural gas, petroleum and nuclear power. So I will discuss in detail coal, natural gas, what is coal, what is natural gas, what is petroleum and what is nuclear, how they are generated and what are the applications and advantages and disadvantages of these non-renewable energy sources. So here, definition of non-renewable energy sources. Here, non-renewable energy sources, these are the energy sources that cannot replenish or regenerated again. So, in a short time, that is short period of time. So, this type of natural resources are called as non-renewable energy resources. So, these cannot replenish or regenerated in short period of time. Here, so these are derived from fossil fuels and nuclear materials. So these are some non-renewable resources. These derived from fossil fuels and some are nuclear materials. So these are examples of non-renewable energy sources. So here non-renewable energy sources, this is a significant part of the current energy landscapes worldwide. So here we are using non-renewable energy sources for the production of electricity, heat and other forms of energy. So in the worldwide here we are using these fossil fuels. So these are nothing but non-renewable energy sources. So these cannot regenerate in a short period of time. So here what importance of non-renewable sources in current energy landscapes. So here non-renewable energy sources play a crucial role in meeting the energy demands of various sectors such as transportation, industrial processes and electricity generation. So here non-renewable energy sources these are used in transportation, industrial purposes and electricity generation. So here they provide reliable and consistent energy supply, especially in regions where renewable energy sources are not yet fully developed. So these are providing, these non-renewable energy resources, these are providing reliable and consistent energy supply, especially in the regions where renewable energy sources are not yet fully developed. Here, historical context of non-renewable energy sources. So the use of non-renewable energy sources has a long historical context. So dating back to the Industrial Revolution. So here the use of this non-renewable energy sources. So these are having long history. So this in Industrial Revolution. So this period, the Industrial Revolution period, marked as a significant increase in demand of energy. So increasing demand for energy leading to the widespread consumption of fossil fuels and the development of nuclear energy. Here, since then, the use of non-renewable energy sources has grown exponentially, resulting in various environmental and geopolitical issues. Here, fossil fuels, non-renewable sources examples are fossil fuels and nuclear energy. In these fossil fuels, coal, oil, natural gas, these are examples of non-renewable energy sources. This cannot be regenerated in a short period of time. Here, nuclear energy. So this is another example of non-renewable energy sources. Here, fossil fuels. So fossil fuels, these include coal, oil, natural gas. So these are most widely used non-renewable energy sources. So they are formed from the remains of ancient plants and animals, and their extraction and utilization have a significant environmental health impacts. So here these are formed by the ancient plants. So here these are formed from the remains of ancient plants and animals. So and their extraction. So these extraction of non-renewable energy sources and utilization. So these are having significant environmental impact and also health impacts. So nuclear energy. So second is So another example is nuclear energy. In the nuclear energy is having advantages and also challenges. So here nuclear energy, it is a non-renewable energy source. So that is generated through nuclear reactions. Nuclear energy, it is generated through nuclear reactions. So it has the advantage of producing large amount of electricity without greenhouse gas emissions. So here, the nuclear energy, so it is having an advantage. It has an advantage that it produces large amount of electricity without emitting the greenhouse gases. Here, however, this nuclear energy also poses safety and waste disposable challenges. So this is producing large amount of energy, and also it is having safety and waste disposal challenges. So first we will discuss about coal. Here, coal formation, extraction and utilization. How coal was formed and how extraction takes place, and utilization of coal. So here formation of coal. Here coal is formed from the remains of plants, so that lived millions of years ago. So this is formed from the remains of plants that lived millions of years ago. So over time, these plants were buried under the sediment and subjected to high pressure and temperatures. So over the time, these plants were buried under the sediment, and these are subjected to high pressure and temperature, so causing them to transform into coal. So because of the high temperature and pressure, so these remains of plants, these were converted into coal. So here these are transformed into coal. So this is formation of coal. Here how to extract the coal. So coal is extracted from the ground through a process called mining. So this involves drilling and blasting to access a coal seams, so which are then extracted and transported to power plants for a use of fuel. So here coal is extracted from the ground through a process that is called as mining. So after mining, these are extracted and these are transported to power plants for the use of fuel. Here utilization of coal. Coal is primarily used as a fuel source for electricity generation, and it is burned in a power plants to produce steam, which drives turbines to generate electricity. It is used as a fuel source for electricity generation. So in this electricity generation, this is burned in power plants. So coal is burned in power plants to produce steam, to produce heat energy. So this heat energy used for the conversion of water to steam. So finally it is used for the production of steam, which drives the turbines to generate electricity. However, the coal is non-renewable energy source. Its use has significant environmental impacts, including air pollution, greenhouse gas emissions. So it is non-renewable energy source, and also it is having significant environmental impacts, including air pollution, greenhouse gas emissions. So next is oil. This is next non-renewable energy source is oil, that is crude oil. So oil exploration, extraction and refining. Here what is oil? What is oil? Here oil, it is also known as petroleum. So this oil, this crude oil, also known as petroleum, it is also fossil fuel. It is a fossil fuel, and that formed from the remains of marine organisms. So in case of coal, so that is formed by the from the remains of plant. Here the oil it is a fossil fuel that formed from the remains of marine organisms. So exploration and extraction of oil. Here oil is extracted through drilling. Oil is extracted through drilling, and which involves the use of drilling rigs to access underground oil reserves. So the refining process of oil involves the separation of crude oil into various petroleum products such as gasoline, diesel, petrol, jet fuels. So refining means purification and fractions, making them into fractions. Like petroleum, it is fractionated to gasoline, diesel, petrol, and jet fuel. So this process is called as refining process. So here this oil is extracted and refined. So this oil means this is nothing but petroleum. So here this is refined by using refining process. So in this we will get the fractions of petroleum such as gasoline, diesel and jet fuel. So production of natural gas. So next non-renewable energy source is natural gas. First one is coal. So next oil, that is crude oil, petroleum. This is natural gas. So natural gas production and applications. So production of natural gas. Natural gas, it is primarily produced through the extraction of fossil fuels such as coal and oil. So this is produced. So when we extract the fossil fuels like coal and oil, we will get primarily for natural gas. So we will get the natural gas first, then oil or coal. So here natural gas, this is primarily produced through the extraction of fossil fuels such as coal and oil and the processing of biological materials. So here by the processing of biological materials such as sewage and agriculture waste. So production of natural gas, so it is primarily produced through the extraction of fossil fuels such as coal and oil and the processing of biological materials such as sewage and agriculture waste. Natural gas, it is primarily extracted through drilling. It involves drilling wells into underground reservoirs to release the gas trapped in rock formations. So in this natural gas extraction of natural gas, so this is primarily extracted through drilling. So it involves drilling wells into underground reservoirs to release the gas trapped in rock formation. So here what are the applications of natural gas? Natural gas, it is used as a fuel source for electricity generation, heating and transportation. It is also used in the production of chemicals, fertilizers and plastics. So here this is used as a fuel source for the production of electricity and heating and transportation. So here it is also used for the production of chemicals, fertilizers and plastics. It is a clean and burning fuel compared to coal and oil, so resulting in a lower carbon emissions. So natural gas, it is having an advantage, so that is it is a cleaner burning fuel compared to coal and oil. So it will emit lower carbon. So here this result in lower carbon emissions. So this is the very here this is the advantage of natural gas over the coal and oil. Here natural gas, it is having impacts. So here impact on energy landscape, impact on various sectors. Impact on energy landscape, natural gas, it has become a increasingly important source of energy in recent years, particularly in the United States. It is the importance of natural gas is increased. Its low cost and the abundance have made it a popular choice for power generation and heating. So because of the more abundance and less cost, so this become popular choice for the power generation and heating in the United States countries. Here, however, the concerns about its environmental impact and the potential for methane leaks have led to increased regulations and investment it is in renewable energy sources. So, impact on various sectors. So here energy, transportation and manufacturing. It is having impacting in various sectors such as energy, transportation and manufacturing. So in this energy, natural gas, it is a major source of electricity generation and heating in many countries, including United States and China. So transportation, natural gas, it is used as a fuel source for vehicles, particularly in buses, trucks, and due to its lower emissions compared to diesel and gasoline. So compared to diesel and gasoline, this natural gases have it is emitting lower carbon emissions. So that's why it is used as a fuel source for vehicles, particularly for buses and trucks. So here manufacturing, natural gas, it is used in the production of chemicals, fertilizers and plastics, which are essential components of many consumer goods. So next, renewable energy source, non-renewable energy source, it is nuclear energy. Here nuclear reactions and power generation. Nuclear energy, it is generated through nuclear reactions, specifically nuclear fission or nuclear fusion. So here nuclear energy generated through nuclear reactions. So what are they? So these are nuclear fission reaction and nuclear fusion reactions. So nuclear power plants use the heat generated from these reactions to produce steam, which drives turbines to generate electricity. In this case also here the heat energy which is produced from the nuclear power, so this is used for the production of steam. This steam drives the turbines and to generate electricity. So here nuclear power plants, so these using heat energy generated from the nuclear fission and nuclear fusion reactions, and these are used for the production of steam. So this steam drives the turbines to generate electricity. Here the process of nuclear power generation does not involve the burning of fossil fuels. So here the process of nuclear power generation does not involve the burning of fossil fuels. Here this does not involve the burning of fossil fuels, it involves the nuclear reactions. By nuclear reactions, here we are getting heat energy, that heat energy used for the production of steam and finally production of electricity. So types of nuclear reactors, we have three types of nuclear reactors: pressurized water reactors, boiling water reactors and advanced reactors. Pressurized water reactors, these are type of nuclear reactor used for power generation. So here they operate by using pressurized water. So these nuclear reactor operated by using pressurized water as both the coolant and also moderator. So the water, it is kept under high pressure to prevent it from boiling and transferring heat to secondary loop. So which then generates steam to drive a turbine to produce electricity. So in case of boiling water reactors, these are another type of nuclear reactor used for the power generation. So in these reactors, the coolant water boils directly in the reactor core, so producing steam that drives the turbine and generates electricity. So this steam is then condensed back into water and recirculated. So here in this, water is boiled. That's why this is boiling water reactors. Here in boiling water reactors, the coolant water boils directly in the reactor core, so producing steam. So by boiling the water, we can get steam. So this steam drives the turbine and generates the electricity. So next is advanced reactors. Advanced reactors, these refer to variety of new and innovative designs that aim to improve safety, efficiency and waste management in nuclear power generation. And these reactors can use different types of coolant and fuel such as liquid metal, molten salt or gas. So in case of boiling water reactor, we have used water. In case of pressurized water also, we have used water as a coolant and moderator. So in advanced reactors, we can use different types of coolants and fuels such as liquid metal, molten salt or gas. So they often incorporate advanced technologies and materials to enhance performance and sustainability. So these are the types of nuclear reactors. In pressurized water reactors, we have used high pressure, and in boiling water reactors, we have used boiled water. So for the generation of steam. So in advanced reactors, this is advanced reactor. So it is designed so that aim to improve safety, efficiency and waste management in nuclear power generation. So pros and cons of nuclear energy, advantage and disadvantage of nuclear energy. So this nuclear energy, it is high energy density, low greenhouse gas emissions. It produces low greenhouse gases, and disadvantages are production of radioactive waste. Production of radioactive waste, it is a very disadvantage of nuclear energy, and the risk of accidents. So risk of accidents is more in nuclear energy power plants. Here concerns over nuclear proliferation. So concerns over nuclear proliferation. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of nuclear energy. So this is having high energy density. It emit low greenhouse gases, and the disadvantage production of radioactive waste is taking place in nuclear energy power plants. Risk of accidents also more, and concerns over nuclear proliferation also more. Greenhouse gas emissions from fossil fuels. So we know that we have an impact of these fossil fuels on environment. So here from the fossil fuels, we will get greenhouse gas emissions. So fossil fuels, we know that the examples of fossil fuels are coal, oil and natural gas. So these will emit greenhouse gases. Here the combustion of coal releases significant amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. So in the combustion of coal, we will get, so here in coal we have carbon. When it reacts with oxygen, we will get carbon dioxide. So in combustion of coal, it releases significant amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases, making it as a major contributor to global warming and climate change. So here this combustion of coal, it is contributing so major part for global warming and climate change. So next oil, the next fossil fuel is oil. Here the burning of oil for energy releases, in this case also carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases emitted. So these are contributing to climate change and air pollution. So in burning of oil also, from this burning of oil we are producing energy with carbon dioxide emissions, so and other greenhouse gases. So these also contributing to climate change and air pollution. So next, natural gas. While natural gas is considered as a clear fossil fuel compared to coal and oil, its combustion still releases carbon dioxide and methane, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions and climate change. So we know that it is a clear fossil fuel compared to coal and oil, and also it is also producing carbon dioxide and methane, and it is also contributing to greenhouse gas emissions and also climate change. So next impact is environment pollution, that is air pollution. The extraction and utilization of non-renewable energy sources such as coal can result in the release of harmful gases into the atmosphere. So here we know that the coal, on combustion of coal, we can get carbon dioxide. So this is very harmful gas. So this will cause harmful to the atmosphere. So here burning of these fuels releases harmful pollutants into the air, including carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. So this will produce carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen oxides. So these pollutants can cause respiratory problems, heart disease and other health issues. So burning of these fuels releases harmful gases like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides. These pollutants can cause the respiratory problems, heart disease and other health issues. And also this contributes to air pollution and the deterioration of air quality. So here the air quality is decreased because of the burning of fossil fuels. These are producing types of various types of gases, that is greenhouse gas emissions. So because of that air quality is decreases. So this is about air pollution due to burning of fossil fuels. Next is water pollution. The extraction and processing of non-renewable energy sources can also lead to the contamination of water resources. So for example, coal mining operations, these can release pollutants into nearby rivers, streams, impacting aquatic ecosystems and the availability of clean water. So oil spills, next is oil spills, for example, can contaminate water sources and harm aquatic life. Additionally, the extraction and transportation of non-renewable energy sources can lead to soil erosion and water contamination. So oil spills and also the coal mining operations, these can release the pollutants into nearby streams and rivers. So this can cause the soil erosion, water contamination, and that is soil pollution and also water pollution. So next is radioactive waste from nuclear energy. This is also having an impact on environment. Nuclear energy generates radioactive waste which remains hazardous for thousands of years. So this is very hazardous. This is very dangerous waste from the nuclear energy. So here this is radioactive waste which remains hazardous for thousands of years. The safe storage and disposal of this waste management, that is radioactive waste, a significant challenge and it concerns for the environment and public health. So the safe storage and disposal is very important in radioactive waste management. Here impact on the planet. So the use of non-renewable energy sources. So we have discussed about impact on environment. So this is impact on planet by the non-renewable energy sources. So the use of non-renewable energy sources so also has a significant impact on planet and as a whole. So as the extraction and transportation of these resources can lead to the deforestation, habitat destruction and soil erosion. Additionally, the burning of these resources releases greenhouse gases into the atmospheres, contributing to global warming and climate change. So this is the impact on the planet. So by using non-renewable resources, we have harmful effects on environmental as well as planet. So here this is dependency on non-renewable resources. So economic implications. We have three. So economic implications, environmental implications, geopolitical implications. So many countries heavily rely on non-renewable energy sources such as fossil fuels, which can lead to economic challenges as these sources become scarcer. Their prices tend to rise and impacting the overall cost of energy production and consumption. So additionally, the extraction and the processing of non-renewable resources can require significant financial investment. So environmental implications, their heavy reliance on non-renewable energy sources has significant environmental implications. So the extraction and burning of fossil fuels contribute to air pollution, greenhouse gas emissions and climate change. Additionally, the extraction process can lead to habitat destruction, water pollution and other soil erosion and other forms of environmental degradation. Next one is geopolitical implications. Countries that heavily rely on non-renewable energy sources may face geopolitical challenges, and the competition for access to and control over these resources can lead to conflicts and tensions between nations. Additionally, countries that are dependent on energy imports may be vulnerable to disruptions in global energy market, impacting their energy security. So these are the implications because of the dependency on non-renewable sources. So here, the depletion of fossil fuel reserves. So because of more usage of fossil fuels, depletion of fossil fuel reserves is taking place. So we know that these resources are finite for resources. The fossil fuel resources are these cannot regenerate it again and again. So these can for the regeneration it takes long time, long million years. So the depletion of fossil fuel reserves, it is taking place because of the more uses of fossil fuels for the production of heat energy and electricity. Here, these are the finite resources. So these non-renewable energy sources are finite resources. So example, fossil fuels, these are finite, and the fossil fuels reserves are limited and will eventually depleted. So these are eventually be depleted because of more usage. So this poses a significant concern for our energy future. So this poses a significant concern for our energy future. So we have to, so because of the finite source and finite availability of fuel sources, we have to use alternative energy sources. So that is exploration of alternatives is very important. So the depletion of fossil fuels or reserves has driven the exploration and development of alternative energy sources. So this depletion of fossil fuel reserves, it has driven the exploration and development of alternative energy sources. While non-renewable energy sources still dominate global energy consumption, the share of renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power, it is growing. So these sources are often a cleaner and more sustainable alternative to fossil fuels and nuclear energy. So for this, so because of the depletion of fossil fuels, so we have to we have to explore on the alternative energy sources like solar energy, wind energy. These are sources of cleaner. These sources are offer cleaner and more sustainable alternative to fossil fuel and nuclear energy. So this is about non-renewable energy sources. So such as coal and oil, that is coal, oil, natural gas and nuclear energy. And so we have to use alternatives of fossil fuel. So by this I am concluding this session. So thank you so much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.